Good evening, everyone. It's me, Lisa Concepcion, Love Life Transformation Coach and founder of Love Quest Coaching, and this is Lowdown Live, Monday nights, 10 p.m. That means I come to you live with another topic having to do with love. Love in 2018 is where we are. This is looking very dreamy, this lens. I feel like it could be a little more crispy. Let's see what we're going to do here. A little technical. Get this all nice and crispy for the people. Wow, a lot of people coming on. I want to say hey to everybody. I'm just getting myself all prepared to start. Tonight's topic is going to be about the 3 actions that you must take in order to have a beautiful, thriving love life. And let's see where my piece of paper is, because I wrote out these 3 actions to make sure that I had them with me. What's up, Maribel? So the 3 actions, I wonder if I take you guys on my balcony, if it's going to be too dark. Yeah, I think it might be too dark. Maybe if I go this way with the light, little nighttime in Miami action. What's up, Tracy Ann? What's up? Everybody's coming on. I love it. All right, we're going to bring you back in where it's bright. We're going to begin the lowdown. So I got into this mindset, or this like weekly kind of attitude that I wanted to just really get on, because stuff that I'm doing for myself, for my business, and like everything is so intertwined, right? So the things that you do in your business, they also end up showing up in your life, and vice versa, right? So people are saying they can't see anything. Why can't you see something? I don't know. Everybody seeing me? I feel like it's going good, no? Can't see anything? I don't know. All right, I'm going to continue because I'm like, everybody's watching. Some people are having technical issues. But so here's the deal. 3 actions. There are many more, but I want to narrow it down to 3 so that you could, grab it and use it and whatever. And there's been this theme in my life, in my business, in my personal life about taking action. And certain actions that, when taken, it advances you. It advances you either personally, professionally, both. It's awesome. And so I want to just kind of get into it. Okay. So 3 actions to take to manifest, or to advance, or to have, or to embody an awesome, forward-moving love life. Okay. Number 1. I want to ask you, where are my awesome glasses? Oh my God, I'm getting a shout out. Somebody wants me to be Lisa the Nerd. I should be wearing my glasses, so thank you for that. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. There they go. There we go. We got the glasses on. Ooh, look at this. I can see everybody. All right, so I want you guys to like be interactive, and like if you think that you know the first thing that I'm going to say as the action that you need to take in order to have a thriving love life, first action you need to take, feel free and take a stab and drop it in the line, in the comments. I'm gonna drop it in like 10 seconds. I'm gonna count down. 10, 9. What do you think it is? Put it in the comments. The first action, the basic bare bones, concrete foundation action that you must take in order to start having a thriving, beautiful love life. Boom! Number 1 is love yourself. Love yourself. Love yourself first, most, best, and always. And that is the main action. The main action. You have to like give yourself what you need to feel peace in your mind, in your body. I mean, it could be anything from like, having alone time where you, I don't know, go hiking, go running, go work out, go to read, do meditation, whatever that thing is that makes you feel peaceful, that puts you in that state where you get clarity and you can think and you can really get answers. Do that for yourself as much as possible. That is such an important action to take. The other thing with the self-love is you have to understand who you are and what your standards are. What are you living like? What do you want the person that you want in your life? Like, if you want them to be a certain way and you have certain standards, there's nothing wrong for that, like, at all. But are you living and embodying that which you want in another? Because you're not going to attract it. So you can sit there and be like, oh, I want somebody who's loyal. I want somebody who's... Are you loyal to yourself? Look around. Like, when you say that you're going to do something, and you say you want to do something, and you want to accomplish something, do you go at it full on, or do you go at it half-ass? Those are the little things. So people come to me in my coaching practice, and they're all like, I want commitment. Nobody wants to commit. Nobody ever commits to me. Everybody, or I'm in a relationship and it's like we can never advance. We can never, get to the next level. Well, what are you doing for yourself to get to the next level? Are you holding yourself accountable? And if you're not, what can you do? Who can you get around to keep you on that self-loving track of, I want to go in this direction and I see the end of where I want to be and I can't do it alone, and it's a self-loving thing to keep on that track, so I am going to get around people who can help me stay the course, if that makes any sense. You cannot do this alone. Like, when you're on this self-loving track and you make the decision that you're like, no, I'm going to love up on myself first, most, best, and always. I roll with me 100%. So I kind of have to do whatever it takes to hold true to that. Nice. Oscar, be a Jedi. This is what I'm saying. Be a Jedi. Love your damn self. So now that brings me to number 2. Second action one must take to have a optimal love life. I mean, unbelievable love life. 100% responsibility. Take 100% responsibility for all outcomes, and you will have a great love life. Now, what do I mean by that? Let's say you're dating somebody, you're in a relationship, you're married, you're whatever your deal is, single, even with, people that you're interacting with, and there's a disagreement or there's some disharmony. There's something up. Typically, what we do is we blame the other person, right? We want to be right. But, what would it look like? And this is the question to ask yourself. Like, when you're in conflict with somebody and you're trying to have a harmonious love life, self-love. I live in the world, even if you're single, you need to be all about the love life between you and you. From there, all else comes and goes out of you and in. What would this situation look like if I took 100% responsibility? If I took 100% responsibility, I'll give you an example. So today, as I do every day, I have conversations with many people. Awesome conversations about where they are in their love lives, what they want to achieve, what's working, what's not, where they're stuck, whatever. And in those conversations, I present what I do, how I do it, and the outcomes that these people can have, provided that they take 100% full-on responsibility and 100% self-love as the first, most, best, always commitment to self. And and either they have a choice. Either they proceed and they choose to take action, or they chicken out, pussy out, choose to stay small, choose to be where it's comfortable. And, that's cool. Like, look, everybody, you are where you are, right? We are where we are. We're ready for what we're ready for. I know the clients that I have and the outcomes that they have and why they have them and what it took. And so when I see that, I know who's full of shit, who's ready, who's bullshitting themselves. Because you're not going to bullshit me. I can listen to somebody and I could 100% know what level are they at. How committed truly are they? Which brings me to number 3, third action. To have a thriving, awesome love life. Commitment to self first. You can't attract commitment from other people if you're not committed to yourself. So this is what I say to people. I'm like, look, if your deal is that you're in a relationship and things are out of whack and you're feeling disconnected, there's a disconnection between you and yourself first to sort out. Because you're trying to look to that other person for them to fill the void that exists within you. So take full on 100% responsibility, and then that void will be fulfilled within yourself by yourself, and it doesn't even involve the other person. It doesn't even involve the other person. Like this is the piece of like the whole law of attraction thing that I'm so into because it's so powerful. Is like you get pissed off at what other people do, but you fail to take 100% of all responsibility for the fact that you manifested and attracted that action. So what's that for a mind fuck for you? Holy shit. So somebody does something to piss you off, and you have a choice to say, all right, I'm pissed. Here's why. You did this. You did that. You did the other. You should be this way. You should be that way. Or you say, damn, I am evoking like epic level assholery in so many people. Like, what is it about me that is bringing out this side of people? Like, how can I shift something in me so that I come at people in a different way, so that I am bringing out the best in them, so that I am not bringing out their assholishness. I am bringing out their awesomeness and their kindness. So like you take a second and you say, wait a second. If I'm going to come at this person all defensive and combative and like in their face, ready to like, and prove my rightness, what is that going to inspire in them? It's going to make them get all wadded up and ready to fight with me. So if I take full responsibility and I commit to my peace, which is self-loving, then how will I approach this conversation? You see? You're not approaching it anymore from a place of being right. You're approaching it from a place of being happy. And I see this happening so much with people who are going through divorce and strife and they can't seem to get it together because they're battling too much over being right, and they're not taking 100% responsibility, and they're looking to the other person to change who they are and be different in some way to satisfy them. It is not their job. So you satisfy you, you take 100% responsibility, and you say, this is the outcome that would be for the greatest good. How can we both work together to have that outcome? What do you need from me? What can I give you? What? Try that. Try that and see. So 3 actions, and I'll go deeper into them again. Number 1, love yourself. You cannot expect somebody to love you more than you could ever love yourself. And if that comes like foreign to you, like if the whole self-love thing is like, what does she even mean with the self-love? Like self-love, like whatever, dude. I like go get massages and I go and get manicures and, you know, I can self-love. No, self-love is like knowing when to put yourself first. Knowing that it is not selfish to look out for you and what you need. And like, I'll give you an example. Self-love is like when you're at your office and it's, you know, 2 PM and you haven't, I don't know, you haven't like gone to the bathroom or you haven't drank water or you haven't eaten yet. And like that little thing in your head says, I'm hungry, and you ignore it. That's not self-love. That's like self-loathing. You have to take care of yourself. Let's see, what else is self-love? Oh, self-love is when you recognize that you are not ready to be dating anybody and you just take yourself off the dating market. You're just, I'm going inward. I'm just going to love up on me. Self-love, right there. Why? Because you're like, I'm not going to go out and date people and attract lunatics right now. I'm not right in myself. I want to love up on me. I want to make sure that I'm whole and happy and thriving within myself. And then from there, attract somebody great, right? So, you know, that's self-love. I mean, self-love can come out in so many different ways. Self-love is having standards. It's having standards. It's knowing exactly who you want to be around and the atmosphere that you want to be around and choosing and being aware of the choice, the consequences of your choices. Like, you got to kind of ask yourself, is this really like a self-loving action right now? Like, is this me being kind of like out of integrity with myself? Like, what am I trying to get out of this? Like, where's my head? So, you know, I mean, I would love to throw it out to you guys, like, self-love for you. Like, what does it mean to you? Like, when people say, you know, this is like this whole big buzzword on social media. Self-love, self-love. Everybody's posting memes. Gotta love yourself. Gotta love your damn self. But, like, what does that mean to you? You know, what does it mean? Like, when somebody asks something of you and you don't really want to do it, but you don't know how to say no. And so you do it, but you feel depleted and you feel resentful and you feel icky and wadded up and awful. But you do it anyway because you want to see that person happy at the expense of your own happiness? No, it's disingenuous. You're not doing them any service. You're lying. You're lying. You're like, oh, I'm going to do this for you. I really don't want to. You know, I don't really want to go to this thing. I'd rather just kind of not. But because, you know, you matter to me, I'm going to give in and I'm going to do it. And you know, sometimes it's fine. You know, like if you're being a pain in the ass and somebody's trying to tell you to do something fun and you're just like, nah, I don't want to, whatever. Different. What I'm saying is, somebody's telling you to go somewhere and it's just not your jam. It's not your vibe anymore. You've outgrown it. You're not into it. And you just go anyway. Or you, I don't know, like do something to yourself physically, whether it's, you know, overdo it with booze or drugs, or not even overdo it, but, you know, do it, whatever. You know, whatever these things are that you're just like, wait, am I taking a self-loving action right now? Like, is this benefiting my bigger picture of what I want to achieve for myself? And then the other self-loving thing is being really mindful about the company that you're keeping. Who are you getting around? Who are you talking to, socializing with, consuming in media? You know, a lot of people are just like news junkies. I used to be one. I used to start my day every morning. First thing I did was turn on my TV. Now, I don't even have a TV in my bedroom, nor will I ever have one ever. And I hardly turn on my television. I stream my TV now so that what I'm watching, it's like so rare that I have like maybe like 5 shows that I like. I'm actually watching Strange Rock, the thing about Earth. with Will Smith narrating, amazing on Nat Geo. And watching Westworld, love it. Artificial intelligence, love it. But, you know, it's like really being mindful about what you're consuming. Food, like that's one of the things I'm definitely like need to be more self-loving on is like the food that I eat. I had an amazing meal tonight. I cooked myself roasted chicken. It was so good. But, you know, processed foods, things like that, I like to become more disciplined and mindful with the treats that I am consuming. So this is the deal. It's a work in progress, right? We're all where we are, and where we are is perfect in a way because it's all about the journey and the lessons that we're learning along the way. So, you know, just revel in where you are and know, though, that actions must be taken. They must be taken. And if you'll notice in your life that when you take an action, even if it's imperfect action, through my mastermind group this year, I learned about imperfect action and how, like, when you're like a perfectionist, sometimes like you stay small and quiet, not quiet, but like you'll stay stuck and you'll do nothing because it's not perfect yet. Like I can't do anything until it's perfect. So what I learned, especially like in business and entrepreneurship, when you're like, you know, working for yourself, doing your own thing, like you have got to constantly be in action. Like when you're not in action, it all falls to shit. And then you get fearful because then your head starts, you know, playing around with you. But when you take action, you're like, no, I'm doing this. I'm doing this. Yeah, whatever. I might fuck it up. Whatever, but at least I'm going to learn something. So I'll give you an example. Like a couple of weeks ago, I created a lead magnet, which is a free thing that you give people for coming to your website and giving in exchange your email. So how many times you've seen on your Facebook feed, oh, get my free recipe guide for meals under 20 minutes that'll make your ass bouncy and tight, whatever. And then you click on the link and then you go and you download this thing for free, but you had to give them your email address so that then they can sell you a bunch of shit. Okay, same deal, except I'm not selling a bunch of shit. I am selling self-love. And me accompanying you in your beautiful journey towards that goal. So, I finished this thing. It was a disaster. And I thought it was good. I mean, it was well written, but it wasn't like what this thing is supposed to be. And I've seen them before, and I like didn't connect the dots, but I invested in myself and took action. And so I got around people who know the things that I don't, right, for my business. So I was like, okay, can you look this over for me? And I took the self-loving action. Instead of saying it has to be perfect before I do anything, I was like, no, I'm going to put it out there and whatever. And then I could always fix it. I could always switch it. I could always make it better. That's the thing. When you take action, you learn, and then you can apply what you learn. That's why, like, these people who are like, I don't want to be in a relationship. I was hurt before. Great. Heal. Fantastic. Allow your time the healing. Great. But then, you know, I talk to people on the phone and I'm like, so when did this happen to you? My God. They're like, 2 years ago. And they're talking to me like it happened a month ago. And I was like, dude, that's all. You're like wadded up in that. So, you know, I took this action, getting back to my thing with the lead magnet, and it was imperfect. It was completely imperfect, but thankfully, I had something to show. I had something to show the people who can give me the feedback. So this is my point to you. You have to take an action even if it's not perfect. Like, don't wait for things to be perfect. There's so many people out there who are like, I'm not going to be in a relationship until I meet this exact perfect person. Or I was talking to a guy tonight and he has this standard, right? Because he's one of the rare unicorn men out there whose parents are like still together and like saw a beautiful, loving, you know, parental role model of what love should be. And it's kind of like backfiring for him because now he's like, so like standards are like bah, like if it's not, my parents and I can't have that kind of thing, then I'd rather have nothing. But you're not going to recreate that. Like, you are you. You have your own experiences. And now I'm all about like having standards, believe me, but not when they get in your way of taking an action so that you can learn something, so that you could give something of yourself. Like, this guy is a good guy and he has so much to give. It's almost like you're hoarding the love. You're like, you have all this love, like it's just wadded up and you're just hoarding it. And like, meanwhile, the will and the action, the commitment to taking action is what's needed to invite in that person. So like, for all the people who are out there and they're like, oh my God, like this is the kind of person I want and this is my ideal, relationship situation. And if it's not that, then I'm just gonna like hang out and, whatever. Do me and hang out with me. I mean, that guy was awesome, for real. But, like, the thing is, a lot of people get all caught up in staying where they are because it's easier and it's comfortable. And then when an opportunity shows up to do something like radical, like something that would like tell the universe, I am not fucking around. Like, this is huge and like, listen up, I'm serious. So opportunities like that come. I'm sure you've all had an opportunity where, whether it be professional, personal, whatever, where you're like, Jesus, like if I don't do something and trust my judgment, like my gut inside is saying, like whispering, like, do it. And you're like, shut up, I'm scared. But you're like, do it, chicken shit. And like your inner being is like, you needed to have this conversation with this person. You need to take action. And you're just like, no, I'm just going to hang out here because I'm afraid, for whatever limiting belief bullshit that's holding you back. That's, again, the self-loving action is to usually the thing that makes you most rattled and uncomfortable is exactly the thing that you need to do to advance. So if you're sitting there and you're just like, dude, I want this, but I'm chicken shit and I can't make the decision. Like, decide, take an action. Love yourself enough to take an action. What is the worst that can happen? What's the worst that can happen? You're not going to die. Oh, Amy, you're cute. Thank you, doll. I love that. I'm giving a shout out. I got some people, like, there are people representing on here. I got Amy from Dallas, Texas. She's gorgeous. Blonde. Gorgeous. And then I got, let's see. I'm trying to see who else. I got some dude on here. Danny, I think his name is. From Arizona. I think there was somebody on, a couple of people on here from the Dirty Jers and the Long Island. Always my people up there representing. So, again, number one, love yourself. Number two, take 100% responsibility for all outcomes. The power is within you. You don't like it, you can fix it. No one's fixing it for you. Like, people come at me, oh, you're a coach, you're going to fix my love life? No. No. Sorry. You have to fix your love life. And they're like, well, what do you mean? Like, you're the coach. You're going to... I'm like, okay, I'm the coach. I'm going to show you your blind spots. The things that you're saying. The things that you're not being self-loving about. The things that are putting negativity in your way. The things that are getting in the way of where you want to be and where you are, and that gap in between. That's where I hang out with you. And we just kind of, ask some good questions, get you to find the answers from within. And it's awesome. It's awesome. So, like, the deal is, when you commit fully, which is number 3 thing to do, you attract commitment when you commit to yourself. And that comes in the form, again, business and personal. If I take my business, like, again, I'll just completely be guinea pig for this because I'll just, whatever, like, lead by example and use my own example. If I expect people to commit fully to a program with me, go all in, the money, the time, the whole thing, I'm there, and I'm with them, and they're with me, and we're in it, then I need to be living at that level of commitment with myself. I also have to be mentored. I have to be around seminars and coaches and immersions and all. If I'm asking other people to do that, how can I not do that myself? It's ridiculous. So, integrity is huge. Like, anybody watching this who considered ever hiring a coach, talking to a coach, ask them who their coaches are. And, like, what books they're reading and what seminars they've been to recently and, like, what things are they doing for them. Because you want a coach who's all up in that world. Because then they go out and they learn from people who are up-leveled even more. They get that knowledge and then they, like, put it to you. So, and on it goes. Like, my mentor, holy shit, badass. Like, she goes to all these different seminars, all these different things. She speaks at stuff. Like, she's badass, legit. Like, scaled her business up. Like, I learn so much from her. And why? Because she'll do this workshop thing for 3 days, and then she'll jump on a call with all of us, and she's like, all right, get a pen and paper because this shit's going down. Like, I learned some shit. I'm going to give it to you. And then I take that, and then I internalize it, and then I go to the people that I'm coaching, and I'm like, so, the other day, I was with my mentor group, and they said this. And it's just all about sharing the information that you get. Like, there's nothing more loving than that to other people than to be like, oh my God, I learned this thing, and it made sense, and now I'm thinking about it for you. I do that all the time. And so, like, that's kind of what, like, the coach community is. So if you're out there and you're like, I'm going to hire a fitness coach, or I'm going to hire a health coach, or I'm going to hire a financial coach, whatever your deal is that you want to fix. Like, for me, I'm a love life coach. So whatever your thing is, like, don't be afraid to ask that question. It's a self-loving question. You're going to throw down money and invest in yourself and have full faith that that person is going to come professionally and with integrity. You definitely should ask them, like, what are you doing to up level? Like, what progress are you making and strides are you making? Because that's an important part of the action. Very important part of the commitment. So let's see. If you are in a relationship and you are committed to thriving in that relationship, then you are committed to self-loving so that you don't hold the other person responsible for your own happiness. That's like, could you imagine the pressure? Oh my God. Could you imagine if somebody said to you, I love you so much and it's your job to make me happy? I would freak out. I'd be like, no, it's not. I can't with that job. That's a crazy job. You're too fickle. I don't know what you're going to want 1 minute to the next. You can't do that for people. You have to be like, listen, I'm not going to be responsible for your happiness, right? I will love you even when you're miserable. I'll do that from, like, across the room or even, like, a different room. Like, I love you no matter what. I don't want to be around you. Like, that's love. That's unconditional love right there. I don't really want to be around you. I love you no matter what. But for now, I'm going to just kind of, like, take some space. Go walk around. Go take the dog for a walk. Go do my thing. Go read. Whatever. So I feel like this was, kind of to the point. And we covered a couple of different things. I just want to ask you guys, number one, are you loving yourselves? Like, for real. Not just saying it on Facebook because it's the cool thing to say. I'm saying, like, paying attention to the decisions that you're making day to day, minute to minute. Like, is this a self-loving action right now? And, be conscious of that. How are you starting your day in the morning? Are you reaching for the remote control and, like, turning on tragedy and, like, filling your head with that? Or are you taking 5 minutes before you get out of bed to just breathe and think of, like, 10 things to be thankful for? and just set an intention for the day of like, here's how I'm to be used. Use me for good. I'm here to be called upon. Lead me to the people who need what I got, and I will serve them to the highest. And then you set that intention and you just let the chips fall where they fall, and you go off on your day just being cool to people and being kind to yourself. And then from there, you attract amazing things. So, number 1, love yourself. Number 2, take 100% responsibility for all outcomes. Everything you manifest, good or bad, that's on you. You can change it like that. And then the third thing is commit fully. If you're going to do anything, do not half-ass it, please. Don't do that to yourself. It's not self-loving. If something comes and you feel like this is something you need, commit fully. Full on. Cannot half-ass it. You get like no results when you come at something halfway. So see an opportunity, seize the opportunity, and commit fully to it. And then you'll have a thriving love life. And first and foremost, the love that you have for yourself. And then from there, all the other good stuff follows. So I hope this was helpful to you. I am going to shut it down, hang out on my little twinkly, nice little terrace out there, wind down the night, and hang out with the Tazzer, and then take it into my snuggle time. I wish you all a great night. If you want to connect with me, if you have something going on in your own love life, whether it's love of self, whether you're in a relationship, whether you're single and you're just like in some hot mess shit show of a pattern that you keep seeing over and over, and you want to break it because you know you're worth way more than what you're attracting, and you're like, I've got to figure this out, hit me up. I'm totally here for you. I love connecting with people, just, you know, seeing where they're at and how I can help them. But the truth of the matter is, in the end, it's all about commitment. And if you're not ready to commit to you, you cannot expect anyone else to do the same. So, love yourself, take 100% responsibility, and go all in and commit. That's me, Lisa Concepcion. That's lisaconcepcion.com. You could also find me at lovequestcoaching.com. You could hit me up on Facebook if you're part of the Inner Circle Party on my page. You could also find these videos on my YouTube channel, and you can subscribe to that, and you can check out a shit ton of throwback videos going all the way back to like 2014, I think, 2013 even. So you could get some old school stuff going on too, and binge watch that stuff. Apparently I'm very popular in Germany and India. I got a lot of Indian dudes hitting on me. Know what that's about. But anyway, good night everybody. I wish you a lovely evening of restful, nice, snuggled in the bed, and may tomorrow be awesome. Good night everybody. Bye.